Hi everyone, so another video from me. So I have had some realisations about the school shootings recently, so I thought I'd share those as well. You see, the police shootings of black children and teenagers has been quite an obvious campaign for me of psychological terror, using fear to not only control adults who could arguably be criticised for being thugs even when they've been deliberately impoverished economically, they have been targeting children. I felt quite strongly when they began to target children in the more recent years that they had gone up a level in a way. Children are essentially being taught that they are not safe. They are not safe on the street. They are not even safe in cars. Police have walked into people's homes and shot people. But then I realised that there has been, in fact, hundreds and hundreds of school shootings as well. You see, that trend started so long ago that at the time I assumed that it was a genuine copycat situation where people are vulnerable and have a lot of emotional pain and they see other people do that and they follow suit. But now we know about all the false flag events and people being set up to do these mass shootings. It's quite clear that these mass shootings, terror events, are following the exact same format as the school shootings. Now you see, that is a futuristic plan. I have recently been talking about Chairman Mao in China and his recognition that when he got to power, he decided to educate all the children. He waited 20 years, and by that time he had millions and millions of devotees because they had just never known anything else. What they are doing with these school shootings is that they are traumatizing thousands and thousands and thousands of children. And even the ones who don't see it for themselves know about it. And they know that it's a risk at any moment. They are conducting satanic ritual abuse programming on children on a mass scale. They are rolling out a program that involves some kind of Rambo situation on primary school children. There haven't just been a few school shootings, which is bad enough. There have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. They are probably planning to pull some kind of triggering event in about 20 years' time. Their fists will have battered enough heads to be able to have widespread social, psychological repercussions. They will be using those traumatized children as their puppets. I think I said this in another video, but it's like these people are operating in some kind of time machine. They have been following plans that were set up in, 1776 is the date that these secret societies are supposed to have been formed. As I say, they take countries and nations down over decades. The whole idea of the satsang is erosion. These people have time on their hands. This is a machine. They are securing power for the future, just as their power today was secured in the past. They are basically walking into elementary schools and massacring the children. Do you remember being at school? Do you remember being in the classroom? We made it through. Imagine if we were there now and that was happening now. You remember how precious every single one of your classmates was? And how all the parents felt about the children? These traumatic events are taking place in locations where these children have fond and meaningful memories and experiences. Their lives have been shaped by their schools. Who really accepts the permanent mental scarring of hundreds and thousands of children? This is not a joke. They were fooling me into thinking that good would eventually come out of this. I'm not sure what you've been told, but maybe a lot of people need to get out of programming, and very quickly. They are so greedy that they are battering the minds of thousands and thousands of children. They have disorders. They are trying to swallow the entire future. Nobody achieves things by massacring and burning children. There is no glory in this program. You know, I was starting to think recently that this could also be about population control. You know, having excuses to get rid of people without getting caught. But they are also maintaining this whole velocity of terror and psychological scarring. And they are using the trauma energy. There is some kind of Satanism where they have been seeing some kind of effects from all this negative trauma. But this is not, in fact, about some kind of great and deeper meaning. It's about damaging as many minds as possible through brutal fear and terror to achieve as much control over as many people as possible. I really do pray. I think we must all pray. You may not believe, but you can also see it as neuro-linguistic programming, which it is, essentially as well. Taking back control of the narrative. This is not a narrative where a machine can massacre children. This is not a narrative where there is going to be a bloodbath in primary schools. Sending best wishes for now, and another video as soon as.